Hello and welcome to another shave. Where have I been? Sorry for the bad lighting. This is just it's a fluorescent, it's one of those stupid old bulbs. Anyway, folks, how you doing? I haven't made a video in 2 years. I've just seen there. Where have I been? Well, I had COVID this time last year, exactly to the day that I tested positive to COVID, which was today, last year. And my wife tested positive shortly afterwards, so we had a rough couple of weeks. Just last week I had a bad chest cold, so I've been off for a while, off work and things like that, but I'm back on track and I'm doing alright, and I thought I would come on and do a shave video because I haven't done a shave video in forever. So, how you doing, folks? Hope you're well. I hope that life's been good to you, and that if you did get the COVID, that you recovered well, and if you didn't get the COVID, I hope you don't get it. Today's shave, I'm going to try and make it sort of every Friday or every other Friday, so it'll be the Friday evening shave, or the Friday evening shave. So, shaving brush of choice tonight. If you didn't know already, this is what I call Old Faithful. It's probably 15 years old. It's still going strong. It's an old badger hair brush. So I'm using my little oriental bowl, rice bowl. It fits into the palm of my hand. So I'm happy for that. This is the Heritage razor. I'm going to be using that with a what's it called? A perma-shave razor blades. I'm going to stick that in now while I'm talking to you. So hopefully I don't stab myself in the meanwhile. That usually was a thing of mine. Made in Great Britain, perma-shave. So, this is the shave den. As you know, I used to shave in my mother-in-law's house when I lived there. She'll not be barging in again. She might come in. Now, I have little washers somewhere, but I can't remember where I put them. So in the meantime, we're just using this. I think it's in my rack somewhere. In another video, I'll do an update to shave den because I have a new wall thing holding my shaving stuff. I also have a rack under the sink, so I'll show you that. I'll show you my shaving stuff in the drawers, miscellaneous stuff. So yeah, okay. So there's the razor, the brand new razor inside the brand new blade inside the razor. For the cream tonight, I'm using this GOF Trumper Spanish Lather. This is a lovely scent. I bought the 75 gram or the 2.5 ounce tube because when we were in London, that's all we could have bought. We couldn't have bought big things. We did buy a lot of stuff and posted it back home again. But anyway, so as I'm restarting, let me just reintroduce myself and talk about my wee self. My wee self. I'm nearly 4 minutes and 10 seconds into the video. Right, here we go. That's enough. That's probably too much. For the last wee while, I have been using shaving brush, but I've been using this, horrible old thing. I think sometimes we just fall back and forth into it. So I've still been using the shaving brush and creams, but it's a long time since I used this Spanish lather. It smells absolutely delicious. I don't know if it's good enough to eat, but it smells absolutely amazing. That would be a better angle there. I need to work on getting a better camera mount or something. So that reminds me, I have a camera mount in the car that I don't use anymore. do a bit of car vlogging on my other channel. I did a bit of car vlogging on my other channel. And I only started vlogging again a couple of months ago, so I'm a vlogger on another channel called JGW Films. I was thinking of, because it's a generic channel for all my different hobbies, I was going to move this one over, but I thought I have a small following on here, so what would be why would I leave that? I've actually more of a following on this channel than I have on my other channel. Anyway, it's not all about the following, it's about, I don't believe that anyway. If I got one of those play buttons, it'd be lethal, but if it didn't, it wouldn't be the end of the world, But anyway, we update, nothing really to say really, apart from living life, dodging the law. No, I'm joking. All's good so far. Work's good. Yeah. Started watching some shaving videos again on YouTube, so I must start commenting again. I'm bad for that. I watch on the smart TV and I never comment, but there's a new feature that I can comment, so maybe just start that. I'm a big Titanic nerd, if you didn't know that, and I love the film as well, and it's the 25th anniversary of the film, and I went to see it in the cinema recently with a friend that went at 3D, and it's not a real in-your-face 3D, it's more of a subtle 3D, so I enjoyed that. So my YouTube feed at the minute on my JGW Films is either Titanic or Kate Winslet. I had obviously Titanic, and the movie Titanic and Kate Winslet usually comes with it, the whole package, I'm more interested in the story and the real ship than the movie, but the movie's class, and I would watch it time after time. So I've already washed my face and prepared it, so there was no point in doing that there. So I'm just going to run this water out of the sink. 8 minutes in, he still hasn't started shaving. And I'm going to make a go. Stitches on hand, ready to assist in any bleeding, because as you know me, I'm not a bleeder. I was going to tell you that my next video, which was 2 years ago, that I was going to do a video in memory of my grandfather. I've done several videos, but the last one I was announcing was to introduce this towel. I think I did it a wee briefly, I can't remember, but I'll tell you the story about that in another video. Maybe on his birthday or something. In fact, yeah, hello, my cousin's getting married on what it would have been his 90th birthday, so it's all a wee bit special, but so I may make a video at some stage in remembrance of his birthday. If you don't know the story about my grandfather actually was a dad to me. He raised me as his son, basically. He was my grandfather, but I called him Dad, and it was never said, "Oh, this is your dad." They always said, "Go to your granda," but it was never like a weird relationship that, your granda's your dad, but he's your grand. Yeah, we're not gonna go. So so he taught me to shave, and the way he taught me to shave was with a brush, and I have tons of stuff. Whenever I found out that they were making importing to the UK anymore, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tubes. This is tube number 9. Palmolive for men. He loved that stuff, and that's what he taught me to shave with, so I use it in most shaves. So, yeah, he's one of the reasons why I got into this kind of shaving, because I always wet shaved with a shaving brush, but it was never really this here, because whenever I was learning to shave, these here were really not really in until but they weren't, because it was always this Gillette style, those this is Gillette obviously, but this Mach 3 style, which I own one because I don't know why. This is way better. I have to say, that blade was amazing. That blade was brilliant. In fact, if this was me going out and I was in a rush, this is one of those spongy things. I don't know why I have one. But if I was going out, that would be me. But because I want to enjoy this shave, I'm going to give myself a second pass, because there is rough bits. So that's a must for the next video. Is to get a better camera setup. Also, in the last couple of years, I started podcasting. No podcast anymore. I hadn't the time, and I enjoyed it to a point. I had thought about doing a shaving podcast, but I see there's a guy through Sharpologist or Mantic59. He's doing a shaving vlog or shaving podcast, so I don't want to stand on his toes. But anyway, so I'll go against the grain this time. I want to ask you a question. I used to be known as the Northern Irish Shaver, and then I got overconfident and decided to change my name to Big Joe Shaves. What, as my watchers, what do you think's better, the Northern Irish Shaver or Big Joe Shaves? Because I want to do a whole new restart and a rebrand. This channel, just to make it fresh. If you know what I mean. So, Big Joe Shaves or the Northern Irish Shaver. Northern Irish Wet Shaver. I think Big Joe Shaves probably is to the point. I'm Joe, I'm Big Joe, and I'm shaving, so Big Joe Shaves. Actually quite happy with that. A wee bit of alum. Alum. It always sits out on my shelf till it dries, then it goes back into the wee cupboard. Then I'm going to close my pores by cold water. Oh yes. And I never really forgot about this. Aftershave balm, I only have two. I have, well, three. I have sensitive post-shave balm by Nivea for men. I have sensitive cool post-shave balm for men, Nivea for men. Or I have this stuff here, which I may use tonight actually. This is L'Oreal Men Expert Hydro Power Anti-Discomfort Refreshing Post-Shave Splash Mountain Water. So I'll give that a wee squirt. You don't need very much. I like to dab it in, not to rub it off, just to dab it in, you know. And again, aftershave, I never thought, probably should have thought. This is David Beckham Splash. I don't think I'll use that tonight. Forgotten what this is. What am I going to use? I need to get aftershave, proper good aftershave, traditional aftershave. I'll maybe use this. See, I have 3 bottles of Old Spice Original. The Boots Freshwood aftershave. You know what? I will go for the David Beckham Splash. Doesn't need that to be that very much. My wife's grandfather, the day before he died, he used to shave with one of these as well. Not this particular kind, it was a Gillette Tech. And my wife shaved him. He asked her to shave him the day before he died. And he made a comment. First of all, he says, whenever the Undertaker comes to take me away, he knew he was dying. When the Undertaker comes to take me away, tell him that you need a discount because you've already shaved me. 2, he says, you love to slap me. And she says, I do. And so every time I slap my face, I think of my wife's late grandfather, which is nice. So I have all these little connections to men that have been in my life, that older men that. My wife's grandfather, he raised my wife, and my grandfather raised me. So all these different men that had tradition shaving, and had all these little isms and quirks. And one of those is my grandfather-in-law slapped on the face with aftershave on, and he said, "Do you love doing this?" She said, "I do, surely, Chan." Didn't hit him hard, obviously, because we knew he was dying. But I'm not saying my wife's beater. Although she did hit me the other night. We were watching a quiz show and she used my arm as a buzzer. She got overexcited. But anyway, well, folks, that is it. Well, folks, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll have to come up with a new place to stand all everything. Next video will probably be a tour of the shaving den as is. So until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next video. All the best.